Thank you for your interest in circle practice. This video is meant to serve as a brief introduction to talking circles and how they are structured. This practice has its roots in Indigenous tradition. Native First Nations peoples have been practicing this for millennia, and as non-Native practitioners, we acknowledge the wisdom they have shared. In this practice, we are all beginners. Talking circles provide equality of voice and a tool for connection. They are often associated with restorative justice and social justice movements. Over time, there have been many adaptations of the Indigenous circle practice. For our purposes, we use this basic structure of a talking circle. While the content can be different each time, the flow remains the same. We begin with an opening ceremony. Again, this can vary depending on the goals of the group and the participants. The poem on the first slide is an example of an opening. Elements of the opening can include a story, a poem, a song, a graphic, or even an energizer or icebreaker type activity. It usually includes a mindfulness minute to help participants center themselves in the space and prepare for the conversation. The purpose is to separate the practice from other tasks or responsibilities. The next element of a circle is the check-in. This is an opportunity for every person in the circle to share how they are coming to the circle, what feelings or thoughts they might be carrying. This also helps participants ease into the circle process. An essential part of every circle is shared norms. It is best to come up with norms together. However, you can also use standard circle norms. There are some norms that are universal. These include respect for the talking piece to ensure only one voice at a time, and participation by invitation. Regardless of how you come to a set of norms, all participants should have the opportunity to accept them. Once you have established your circle, you will use rounds to facilitate discussion. Rounds are questions that are posed to the group, and each participant has the opportunity to respond. This is the part of the circle that can address a certain topic or theme, or facilitate a difficult conversation in the case of restorative justice circles. If there is a desired conclusion or outcome, for instance, agreement on a course of action, rounds can be used to reach a consensus. A very important part of wrapping up a circle is the checkout. Again, this can take many forms depending on the group and the goals of the circle, but it is an invitation for participants to reflect on the circle and their learning. A common checkout question might be, how did that feel? Or, what are you taking with you from the circle today? Lastly, to release the participants of the circle back to the larger world, we end with a closing. Like the opening, this could be a quote, a song, or an activity. Again, the goal is to reinforce the theme of the circle or to send the participants away with a final message. The circle practice outlined here is adapted from this book, Circle Forward, a publication of Living Justice Press, which is a nonprofit publisher for restorative justice. You can find free circle resources on their website. For more information about how circle practice connects to restorative practices, check out the Suffolk University Center for Restorative Justice,